Godzilla Minus One has been released in Japan for several days, and there are some early reviews that have come out for the movie even prior to that I would like to discuss, and some of the Rotten Tomatoes ratings that we have for the movie. Standing with 6 reviews, it currently has 100%, but I'm expecting that rating to go down considering the fact that every Godzilla movie has never had really above a 90%.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And even if this movie does end up good, there's a lot of people here that are not as into monster movies, as the genre is a bit more niche here in the United States, even though recently it's been having a little bit more of a resurgence due to Godzilla vs. Kong and some of the other more modern Godzilla movies as well. But from what these early reviews are saying, that Godzilla Minus One is a masterpiece as it takes this character further back to its roots from the '54 Godzilla. So let me go ahead and read some of these reviews for you guys and give my thoughts on these. I watched Godzilla Minus One at its final cut preview. Wow, it is amazing. It's dangerous, it's crazy. That's all I can say about it right now, but you should definitely watch it, it said. Tonight I was invited to a screening of Godzilla Minus One. It was so awesome and heavy that I can't put it into words. There was so much sadness that I needed to say it aloud. Though it was the complete opposite of Shin Godzilla, I felt the same excitement. Godzilla is alive, it said. I find it interesting that they said that it was a complete polar opposite of Shin Godzilla. I mean, Shin Godzilla is a fantastic movie. If you guys have not seen that movie, make sure you guys go check it out. I highly recommend it. It's my top 3. But definitely something interesting, because I kind of get some Shin Godzilla vibes from the trailer, although maybe it's a bit darker considering it's right after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and they're just starting to rebuild, and maybe that might have a darker tone. Maybe that's what they mean, because Shin Godzilla, there was definitely more hope in that movie. Maybe there's a sense of hopelessness in this movie that maybe that's what they're alluding to and why it's so quote-unquote sad. The next reaction called it a strong anti-war movie. However, at the same time, many of the scenes made me think I wanted to see this kind of battle, so I couldn't help but to get excited. I've seen every Godzilla movie, but this one is now my favorite. It will make you cry and touch your heart in many ways. It is a masterpiece. Again, I've heard several reviews saying that this is the best Godzilla movie, several reviews saying that this is a complete masterpiece and this is going to be people's new favorite Godzilla film. Growing up, I love the original Godzilla movie, still do. My absolute top number 1. And I have a very soft spot for GMK, as GMK had a very different twist to the character in the mythos that I think a lot of the other films did not attempt. So if this is true, and if GMK is dethroned, hats off to you, Toho. And those are all the early reviews that I've seen so far on Minus One. I cannot wait to see this movie. And the CGI that we've seen in some of the trailers as well as the newer clip that they released online of Godzilla chasing the boat and having the ball or the seemingly like this bomb rolling in his mouth and then they shoot at it and it blows up. The visual effects in that look so good that it's kind of putting Hollywood to shame right now, because there are so many Marvel movies now and some DC movies, not mentioning any names, that looks so bad in terms of its visual aspect that this is embarrassing. All in all, this just makes me more excited for Minus One, and I cannot wait to see this. Is this movie potentially going to be a masterpiece? Well, it's doing all the right things right from what I've seen in the trailers, and is doing what I've wanted to see from a Godzilla movie in a very, very long time. I believe that this movie, and I'm saying this with pride, I think this movie is going to put the Legendary universe to shame. Comment below and let me know, and as always, if you guys liked the video, make sure you guys subscribe today to join the Godzillization.